Good morning. Today is March 29th. It's actually Holy Thursday. So today in the church here, there are two masses that can be celebrated today. One is called the Chrism Mass. And for our diocese, the eastern half of South Dakota, we actually celebrated this 2 weeks ago on the 15th. The church allows for, when a diocese is rather spread out, the ability to celebrate this Mass earlier. So I know some dioceses do it the day before, a couple days before. Our travel is pretty crazy for some priests from the way northwest of the diocese to come all the way to Sioux Falls and then make it all the way back for their Holy Thursday liturgies. So what we do is we received our new oils, the oil of the sick, which we really only use for the anointing of the sick, and then also the oil of catechumens, which is used primarily for the initiation rituals associated with baptism. And then the sacred chrism, which is used in lots of sacraments and sacramentals. So when we were baptized, we were anointed with the chrism on the crown of our forehead. And then when we are or were confirmed, we are anointed or sealed with the chrism on our forehead. And then with the chrism, there's a perfume that's added to it as well, just regular plain old olive oil. And the oil of the catechumens and oil of the sick, made from the same olive oil as well, are blessed. The chrism is actually consecrated as opposed to just being blessed. And then we also renew our priestly promises at this Mass. So a couple of other uses for chrism: confirmation, baptism, ordination. When a priest is ordained, his hands are consecrated with chrism. And then also when a bishop is ordained or consecrated, it's actually poured on his head again, where he was baptized at, or where the oil was when he was baptized, I should say. And then also for an altar, whenever a new altar is used for the very first time, we anoint the altar with sacred chrism. So it's placed on four corners, and then also, apologize, time for more coffee already. And it's put on the four corners and then right in the middle. And then what happens is a bishop goes around, smears it into the altar, goes around 7 times. 7 is very biblical, and it's the number of how many sacraments, the days of the week, other points of perfection as well. So go around 7 times and then clean up the altar. And in a few months or so, when the monastery is finished for the Sisters of Perpetual Adoration in Sioux Falls, that will be done as well to that altar. And that altar is actually the one that was previously in the cathedral as well, so it's getting repurposed. So it's a good thing to be able to reuse. Chrism is also used in the consecration of a church or dedication of a church. So in your churches, you might see little crosses on the wall with a candle next to them. And that's the place where the bishop would have gone around and consecrated the church with the sacred chrism as well. And then lastly, when a new chalice is consecrated in the old rite, chrism can be used for that as well. So a few different uses for it. Let's see. Then also I renew my priestly promises. And so tonight at Holy Thursday Mass, it's called the Mass of the Lord's Supper, and we read from John's Gospel, the washing of the feet, and Jesus giving an example of service and commissioning the apostles to do the same for one another. And so I will wash the feet of a few of the parishioners, and then Father Haggerty is covering my other Mass at my other parish at 7 p.m. I can't bilocate yet. I'm working on it, I promise. If God wills it. And then, so that's and at the end of the Mass, the altar will be stripped. Everything will be taken out of the church, because this is the night where we recall that Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane and prayed with his apostles while they slept through it, unfortunately. And so I just encourage you today, if you're able to come to the Mass of the Lord's Supper, take part in it, and realize that these 3 days coming up, the Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Easter Vigil and Easter Sunday, they blend together. That's the easiest way to say it. So be assured of my prayers for you and for your families, for safe travels, and just encourage you to pray, especially for those who will be joined to the church. There's a beautiful image of grafting, being grafted onto the church. And oh, I have it in my other room. Sorry, I thought I had an icon that was close by me that would show that very beautifully. So maybe I will show it another time. But I hope you're doing well. Again, be assured of my prayers for you, for those you love, and hope you have a good and holy, no pun intended here, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Vigil, and Easter Sunday.